record this. There's some people on here who aren't on my direct team. So I'm Jenica. I'm a double diamond with this company. I'm kind of going to go over some questions that my team has had recently, questions that I had when I first joined, and kind of go over just some basic stuff. Now, these are really good Zooms to get on, even if you're not brand new, because I am not an organized person when it comes to meetings. I go with the flow, and I feel like that's the best way to learn because stuff is always changing and people are always having different kinds of questions. So personally, in my opinion, you could be in this business for 2-3 years and you could learn something new every single time you guys are getting on these. So it's really, really nice to try to jump on them whenever we offer them. If any other teams offer them, always try to get on these Zooms, those live videos, the power hours, anything that us field people and corporate are offering is super, super nice to be on. I am going to start right away with the questions, and that will lead into some of the other stuff. So please, like I said before, ask questions or anything your team has had questions on in the chat so I can go off of those. Let me fix all of this stuff really quick. If any of you guys who are any leaders or people who have downline as well, if you guys have questions that your team always asks or that you guys know should be addressed, please let me know because I didn't really write very much stuff down and people didn't ask very much stuff. So this could be possibly really, really short. So please go comment in there. I'm going to start with questions and that's going to lead off into other things. While I'm talking, if you guys have any concerns, anything, unmute yourself and ask or just write it in that group chat. Don't wait because if once I'm off subject, I might forget what I said. Really spacey like that. The first questions that I had in my group was, how do you get over being shy? Okay, this question is a very big question. Everybody's shy in a different way. You guys are hiding behind a computer screen. Savannah, you're always unmuting yourself yelling.
There we go.
Now you're still yelling.
Ah!
Is that Savannah, or is it a different Savannah? Oh, no, it's
different.
Not. Savannah every time.
One, Savannah. Shut the door, babe.
Sorry, I'm going to mute you.
Yes.
Savannah, I thought it was you, Pope. She's always yelling. Guys, sorry. How do you get over being shy?
Oh God.
I'm gonna ask you because you're the shyest person that I know when you first started.
Yeah, it was really hard for me, honestly, to come out of my shell, and Jenica knows that. It was all really about like me building my confidence. Once you start going and you know how to talk about the products, and once you really do the training and are like into everything, it's a lot easier. Because then you know what you're talking about. You're not as scared to talk to someone and approach someone about the stuff because you are confident in yourself. So that helps a lot, just kind of training and going along the way, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. And, she was really, really shy when she joined. She's one of our diamond leaders, so I can definitely tell her backstory a little bit. When she joined, she didn't take this like fully serious. And she was really, really shy, and I think that had a lot to do with it. And she didn't know how to come out of that shell. And once you just start posting, you guys don't have to know everything. Once you start posting, you guys will grow into learning everything. You guys will get there eventually. Take my posts, take other leaders' posts. I don't suggest going and adding a bunch of distributors on Facebook, but I do suggest following our diamonds and above. Just click the follow option. Don't add them on Facebook. Just follow them. And, you guys can take their posts and kind of tweak them around. Eventually, you'll be comfortable enough to making your own stuff and not be so worried about it. And maybe I went at this question the wrong way. Or is the person, I don't remember who wrote this, is the person like shy in general, or are they just like nervous about posting about it works? So hopefully that answered whatever kind of question that was. Does anybody have anything to add to that? No? Okay.
I was going to say, if y'all decide to go live, look at the computer, the camera, but don't just sit there and talk to the computer. You have to else while I'm going live, you know, whatever it is, so that you're not just staring at the computer, fumbling over the words.
You know, today I did a live in Brandy's group, you guys. I'm sure you guys seen it. The little kid, what is she doing? Today I did a live in Brandy's group, and once I looked to see who was watching me, I had a panic attack. I freaked out, and I was like, and I just said all this stuff really fast, and I didn't even know what I was talking about. And that was because you're getting nervous and you're being shy to people. I just like to literally, on these, I'm more comfortable because I know all of you guys. But on those, I just seriously stare right at the camera. That's all. I will just look right at the camera. I won't look at the comments. I won't look at the people. I won't look at who's jumping on. Get so nervous. All of a sudden you have your grandma watching and you're just freaking out. So if anybody has anything to add, they can, or just ask in the Zoom chat. We'll go to the next one right away. I get lost on what to post. I think we all do still sometimes. We do have 40 plus natural products. We tend to think about our biggest sellers a lot, and we seem to be repeating ourselves. In my opinion, and I've had a lot of my leaders do this, get out the products or have your products printed off or whatever kind of thing. And you guys pick a couple of random products every day and post about them. You don't have to post about wraps every day or stretch mark cream or stuff like that. You could go pick lip and eye and post about that one day. The next day, you guys could be doing the oils. I haven't seen somebody post about oils in like 6 months. There's people who want oils out there. You know, there's a lot to be posting. I follow something called the 3-3-3 rule. I'm a firm believer in this. I know Jade Hooper, she does a 3-3 rule, but I really, really like this way. It's 3 distributor posts, 3 loyal customer posts, 3 lifestyle posts. Now, they don't have to be in order. As long as I hit 9 a day or shoot for 9 a day, then I know I'm doing my job. You know, some days I'll fall short on one, or some days I'll do really good on the other ones. And what I'm doing is, it can be something as simple as, who needs an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? That could be your distributor post. It could be, I'm looking for somebody who wants to lose 10 to 20 pounds. That could be a loyal customer post. The lifestyle post could be something as silly as, I don't know if you guys seen this the other day. We have a zoo. Our house is a zoo. And I posted that. I sent Kaylee and Cody to the pet store, and they came home with a snail. And I'm like, they literally can't even come home without buying an animal. It was a snail. And that's a lifestyle post. It wasn't about it works. It's something simple. There's been days where I had like 4 pineapples on the cupboard, and I'm like, how many pineapples is enough pineapples? Something just stupid. Like, it was just something it's kind of like a filler. You don't always want to be talking about it works, because now you look like a spammier person. So you want to be hitting that 3-3-3 rule. If you guys don't know what to post, like I said, find the leaders, do something like that, and take those posts from us. Over time, you're going to know the products, you're going to have learned the products, and everything will come together. Any questions on that? We do have a good post thread in the group. If you're in my group, just if you go look and search group, type in good posts. It will pop up. There's like 50 of them. What are some secrets to getting people interested? Who can I give this one to? Amanda.
What?
Oh.
No, just kidding. It's for you.
What are some secrets to getting people interested? Take this off as a newbie approach. I'm not asking you this question. I'm asking you, and I just joined the business.
I would say just being consistent and passionate about the products, honestly.
You know,
yeah, I mean,
overcomplicating, that's all that is. To me, consistency is all this takes. It takes people like 7 times to see something before they actually take the jump. It took me 6 months to join this business, and actually it took me longer than 6 months, because, you know, I think it was when I was pregnant with Kaylee, or after I had Kaylee or something like that, a lady tried to get me to join, and then like 8 years later, I joined with somebody else. And it's kind of just a thing where it's a consistency thing. You're going to end up getting those people to join. They need to keep seeing it. They need to know if it's real or if it's a scam, or is she really making money? Do these products really work? 1 second, I need to go mute everybody again. You guys know who that is who's talking? There we go. You know, when I first seen this, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys, when I first seen somebody, it was Kim Nelson. That's who enrolled me, and she was posting that she got this $10,000 bonus. And I'm like, this lady is so full of it. There is no way she just got a $10,000 bonus on Facebook. And I watched and I watched. First, she got the 500. That's when I was watching. She got to 10,000. I'm like, yeah, she's really full of it now. I'm like, you know, kept on watching. But then I kept on seeing those customers commenting, and I kept on seeing people interacting. I kept seeing the products being posted. And then she got like a $25,000 bonus for hitting double diamond. And that's when I finally joined. And when I joined, I took off in this business right away. I was her next leg, biggest runner, but it took me that long to join. So she had already been doing this for about a year. I was already watching for 6 months. That's how long. So it's a consistency thing. For people who are in my group page, I don't know if you guys had seen the girl who was like, hey, I talked to you 2 years ago before I was 18. Is it still $99 to join? Because I'm ready. And she's joining tonight. 2 years ago, I talked to that lady. And so, you know, I'm not trying to say it's going to take you guys 2 years to get there. I'm just saying after you build up, you constantly have people coming in. So hopefully that kind of answers that question. Just make sure you're following that 3-3 rule. Don't overcomplicate things. You know, make sure you're just posting on Facebook, and make sure you're following power hours and following that 3-3-3. If you guys are going any further than that, I was just telling Sydney this. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel and trying to think of other ways. All this is, you know, wrapping people, blitzing people, posting on social media, repeating it. That's all I do, you know. So by following these power hours and stuff, and I'll go over it, just keep it simple. You don't have to be thinking of millions and millions of ways. You guys, we have the foundation here, so the consistency just follows in and everything will fall in place. Do you guys want to add anything? Look at these diamonds and above. They just sit around.
I think just drawing people into is when we were talking about the lifestyle posts. When I first started, for some reason, my creativity has gone out the window, and that's something I really need to work on. When I first started, I was so freaking creative. Like, I would literally take the smallest thing that I was doing, and I would make it into like a sneaky way of like putting it into It Works. Like I don't even remember. Like, I'd be like, isn't it great that I didn't have to go to work today? And I like put a picture of my feet up in front of like my TV. Yep. And like, you know, like stuff like that. Like, it's just, you don't have to, like Jenica said, you don't have to overcomplicate it. And that's something that I'm working on right now, because my creativity has gone. I don't know where it went, but I need it back.
I think that's what we always do is, you know, we're thinking too hard about stuff, and that's exactly right. You know, I said Tuesdays should be for naps. That's what I said last week. And then I took a nap, and all these people commented, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, thank God I work at home, because I did take that nap. I had like 3 people asking me what I do. So, you know, Tuesdays are for naps? What? Like that, but I just used a lifestyle post and turned it into talking to potential distributors to join the business. It doesn't always have to be about It Works, but I do incorporate It Works into it some way. Or if somebody were to comment on there, have a response about what I do. You know, Mondays aren't your favorite day of the week. You're doing it all wrong. Like, I say that like once a month, and my interaction on it is huge. And people are like, Mondays suck. And I'm like, my kid goes to school, my boyfriend goes to work, and I'm all alone in this house, and it's peaceful. If you don't love Monday, you are literally doing it wrong. Like, especially if you're a mom. Like, you need to get yourself an at-home job, because this stuff is where it's at. So, you know, and that's getting people interested in, like, why does she like Monday so much? This lady's a nutcase. And stuff like that. So just stay consistent, incorporate it works into it. You don't have to always have it works in your posts. People want to see that you're a real person. They want to see that, Sydney is still going and doing stuff, and Sydney is doing this, and she's having fun, and she's going out to eat. And you want this business so you guys could have financial freedom and more freedom. So be showing those freedoms. Don't only be posting about products. Don't only be posting about becoming a distributor. Nobody wants to sit on their phone 24/7 and post about It Works products. So nobody's going to want to do what you're doing if all you do is post about products. So if you're posting about a product every single hour on the hour, and then once a week you say, who wants to join my team? No, I don't want to do what you do. You're on your phone 24/7. I need to be with my kids. I need to be with my boyfriend, my husband, my family. So show you're a real person and you have a real life. Show your family, show that, or have that consistency, and everything will fall into place. Anything else on that? Okay, here is a really deep question. How would you redo it? If it was you, how would you redo going Emerald? Okay. It took me a while to hit Emeralds. This is a tough question. Okay, I'm going to reword whoever's question this is. What would I do if I needed to rebuild an Emerald? Okay, I'm going to be really realistic. I am rebuilding an Emerald right now. And it is not the easiest thing to do. It takes that consistency. It takes that patience. It takes those 3-3 rules. It takes everything. I would first enroll my boyfriend or my husband, my wife, my girlfriend, whatever. I would first get them enrolled. I wouldn't make the same mistake that I made. When I first enrolled, I didn't enroll Cody right away. And I'm going to explain this to you guys really quick. Now, for people who are brand new, who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain it. So when you first enroll, you go executive. That is 2 distributors. Each distributor needs 4 to 8 customers. When you hit Ruby, one of those distributors has to hit executive. Okay, so now you have 5 distributors. I had somebody else in that executive leg, and I was helping them because it was my promotion. I'm the one who wanted to promote, so I was the hardest worker on my team. When you are the person who wants to be making the money, and you're going to be making the significant amount of money, you're going to work harder than the other people. That's just a given. So I don't know how to word this without this sounding terrible. So if anybody needs to jump in, that's okay. So I was working the hardest because I'm going to be making the most money on that team because I'm the team leader. I didn't enroll Cody, and I ended up, building a lot of that person's team. That's okay. But down the road, somebody said, why did you never enroll your boyfriend? You could be getting 2 paychecks and it would have been free for him to enroll. And I literally stood dead in my tracks and realized what they just said. So if I redid this, I would get Cody enrolled immediately. I'd get my best friend, my sister, whatever to enroll. I would get my 3 distributors as fast as I could. Boyfriend, sister, mom, best friend, I don't care what it is. I'd get them going instantly. I'd get them on the same page as me and understanding the business and realizing that all we have to do is something called steps to success and keep repeating it. And we're going to be making a ton of money by repeating these 2 steps. I would take that hundreds list that they told me to build, and I would actually call. That was one big thing. I thought it was kind of funny that they wanted me to make a hundreds list and actually physically call them, and I didn't. And now I'm signing up my grandma, 2 years later as a customer, and now she loves the products. That could have made my life way easier in the beginning. So I would actually make that hundreds list, and I would physically message and call people, and I wouldn't exclude anybody. I would have started, I wish I would have known about how to post, because I sabotaged myself at the beginning by posting only about It Works products. And I wasn't signing distributors like I should have been because I wasn't posting lifestyle and I wasn't posting about becoming a distributor. So all I was signing is customers, and I couldn't get a team built. So I would have been following that 3-3-3 rule. And now we have something called the Power Hour, which I'm going to explain, and I would have started that immediately. Whoever asked that question, if that answered it, I hope it did. Does anybody have anything to add to that? That was actually a really good question. It just really threw me off. Anybody? Vanessa, unmute yourself. Okay. What did you do besides listen to me? You followed my advice. You did everything that I've said to do. You've put complete faith in me, letting me get you where you are and helping you, coach you to that place. But it doesn't take me to tell you what to do. What did you actually physically do to get here? You went Emerald in 60 days. You know, it took me 7 months to do that. So what did you do? How did you hit Emerald so fast? If I had to redo it, I would have done what you did.
Well, to be completely honest, I was 100% serious in this for money. Like, I was not interested in posting on Facebook all the time, but I said, if I'm going to spend $99, what's 100 more, placing that auto shipment or listening, actually listening to what you're doing. Because it was hard for me to understand, I just put $99 into this. Now I have to pay $80 for an auto shipment to get paid. But I didn't realize that I can just buy products that I can turn around and sell, or I can turn around and use as goodies to help get more customers. But when I'm posting, I didn't know anything about these products either, and I had 15 customers before I even got my kit in the mail, my starter kit.
Mm-hmm.
I went on that Office app, and I picked 2 products that I saw Sydney posting about very frequently. So pick a Fat Fighters. Those are easy to sell. Pick the wraps right now, they're BOGO. And I just went off with those. I read the product information on all of it, so I knew what I could say when they asked me all these questions. And I had Sydney on my tail, so if I had a question, she better have been there to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went off. But now, as I'm getting further and more into this, posting more often, I noticed that my very personal posts get me a lot more customers than when I copy and paste from Amanda's page or your
Yep.
page, Sydney's page. When I post a selfie and I say, this $100 paid for my groceries, or I went and got a pedicure today with my It Works money, just little tiny things like that. My sister, she's like, I can't afford a pedicure. And it's little things like that, people wish they could go do, but they don't have that extra funds for. And just little personal posts is what gets me the most interaction.
Yeah, and it's really nice too, so not everybody wants to listen to me talk when they first join. And having that faith in the process and having that faith and this is a process. All my leaders trusted that this was a process, and look where they are. Michelle and me have had hours and hours of conversations telling her this is a process, just trust the process. And now look, she's going diamond. You're going diamond. Amanda went double diamond. Sydney went double diamond. Steph's going diamond. I mean, trusting that process and trusting that we know what we're talking about really, really helps hit those things. And, enrolling those significant others, getting those people who want a business partner with you. You want to find people who want to be here, but you can't disqualify anybody. You don't know who's going to be good at this. I shouldn't say this, but me and Amanda, every single day, every time we enroll a distributor, and this is kind of a bad thing to talk about, we said, do you think she's going to do good? Where should we put her? Should we stick her over here? Or should we stick her over there? Who should we partner her up with? Who would go good with her? And they never work out because we're trying to critique something that we have no control in. And it's the people, you never know who's going to be good or bad. You never know if they could use this money. They might play off that they have all the money in the world, but they're about to go bankrupt. You don't know if they could use this business. You guys, I've had some different types of people on my team from all walks of life who have been very successful. So, don't pick and choose. Just offer the opportunity and keep on moving. Vanessa's a prime example. She just puts her blinders on and goes forward, posts her statuses, and she's messaging people constantly. And I'm noticing she's getting people from all walks of life enrolling on her team in just one day. What was that, 7 distributors or 6 distributors in one day? And they were all different. They were all different kinds of people from different walks of life, from different states. People she knew, people she didn't know. So, don't pick and choose. Get that hundreds list out and get running immediately. She really is a prime example. She went Emerald in 60 days. So that's probably another really good person to follow on Facebook. She is doing this all by herself, hitting all of her stuff by herself. So that's super, super awesome. Anybody have anything to add to that? No? Okay. Let me read all of these. People are interested, but when I mention the auto shipment, I think they are afraid of the commitment. Is there a way to make this less intimidating? Kind of depends almost on what you're saying that it's intimidating.
I mention it, but I don't stress about it, because once you say it, and then once they watch the training, and then they watch the training on the group page, they're going to know that they have to do it.
She's talking about customers.
Oh.
So you guys, when you guys are, if they're really intimidated by that and they don't want to do that auto shipment, then offer them that retail price. But here's the deal. If you're going to order a Fit 30 at retail price, you could order it at that auto shipment and change it to whatever products you like the next 2 months. They don't have to be ordering this large, huge product. I really don't. When people tell me that they have people intimidated by the auto shipment, or that people won't give them their social security and their credit card numbers, you guys, I'm not kidding you, not one bit. I've had less than 5 people enroll themselves in my entire career with It Works. I have enrolled every single person besides a handful of people, because I think it's because I come off so I know what I'm talking about. I say I need this information from you, or when I talk about the auto shipment, I just say a different product, one product for 3 months. You can pick and choose the products, as many as you want, or down to 1. You're not on any kind of commitment with the pack that you're picking right now, stuff like that. And don't overcomplicate it. You guys don't need to write them an essay. I've seen some of your guys' stuff. I have you send it to them, and I'm like, yeah, I would run away too. You just told me the entire policy. So, don't overcomplicate things. Just mention one product for 3 months total. You get to pick and choose your product, and then there you go.
I can read you what I say to them if you want me to.
And you can also stress to them that if they're going to spend $100 for 4 wraps, why wouldn't they do the auto shipment? Basically, they're getting a second month free if they were going to pay $99 anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, okay. You're fine. So every time someone asks me, like, how much is it? I say, well, when you sign up as a loyal customer, you get it for this price. And then I send a second message right away explaining what loyal customer is, because I had a girl sign up and then she came back the next month saying, why do I have to pay more money? I was never told this. And I had that short little message explaining to her what a loyal customer was. And I said, that's not true. I explained to you right here, like what a loyal customer is. And like, I explained to you the best that I can, so like that. Because I don't want people coming back to me and then they have to go to customer service and whatnot.
Here's what Mandy says. Mandy just sent it to me, even though she's on the Zoom. Oh, Mandy. She said, it's a lifetime discount we get to offer to anyone interested in at least 40% off on our products by trying at least one product a month for a minimum of 3 months. You don't have to order the same product each month, and you get the discount from day one, and has the membership fee waived. Sorry, guys. If you can see my phone, it's like all black. So
that's almost like what I say. I just say loyal customer means that you get at least one product every month for 90 days. You also get perk points to use towards free products, and you can switch your product every month if you choose.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that intimidating, like it, I think it's, I tell this to my team all the time, my leaders, you're overcomplicating it. That's why you're so confused. It shouldn't be. Mandy said she makes sure to add the membership fee or membership fee waived so we don't get in trouble. Exactly. I mean, that is a really, really good point. Normally, I would give them the option on the retail if they don't want to do the 3 months. And so then they kind of know, okay, if I don't do 3 months, it's this price. It's probably a good idea because I have gotten in trouble before, and there are people on this Zoom who have recently gotten in trouble for not explaining the loyal customer program. So it's definitely a good thing. But we do need to move on to the power hours. If you guys have questions on the auto shipment stuff, there's a full thing on the training, or on the It Works training tab. Just make sure you guys are actually explaining it. We only have like 7 minutes left, so I'm going to try to get this all in and then ask a question, or have you guys ask questions. A power hour. We have these every single day almost. We have multiple ones. These are crucial for your business. It is very easy to get sidetracked in this business. It doesn't matter if you are a quadruple diamond or if you are a distributor. We all get sidetracked. It doesn't matter. So there's a thing that we call a power hour. This is really, really nice because it's keeping us on track. I do them on this app. We get on. It's actually 40 minutes because I keep having issues with Zoom with my payment. And what we do is there's music on the background and I give you guys a task. So the first task is to add on social media. I'm going to give you a rundown of all of this. So this is really, really crucial because this is your storefront almost. This is where you're posting about your business. If you had a boutique, this would be your clothes you're hanging up. Facebook is always public, so you should be adding anyways because then you're marketing to people. Anybody here, if you told me, I want my Facebook, I want my private because I don't want people to see my kids or I don't want people to see this, I can get into your Facebook account within 5 minutes. So your Facebook is not private. You put it on the internet. There is nothing private on the internet. It's the silliest thing that I've ever heard. It doesn't matter who is where. Profiles should be public in my opinion. If somebody wants to see what you're posting, they'll easily get to it. So, and then another thing too, people think that people aren't going to accept them because that they're an It Works distributor. If you guys are following your 333 rule, you shouldn't have any issue. If you're not just spamming about It Works, people will still accept you. So adding is crucial. We do that for the first 10 minutes. You guys should be doing power hours daily. If you guys are going for huge goals, you guys should be doubling them into 2 a day. This is my full-time income. I do 3 a day. But, that fits on the rank. If you guys just joined, you guys should be doing 1 a day minimum. So you'd start adding 10 minutes a day. Then you guys would go to a post. You'd post on your wall, your lifestyle post, your DT post, or your loyal customer post. Just follow that 3-3 rule. I give you guys 7 minutes to do it, but obviously if you're done faster, switch to the next thing. Interacting. You get 15 minutes for this. This is really honestly one of the most important parts about this business. If you're not interacting on Facebook, there's a thing called an algorithm, and people tend to over talk about it. If you guys are following this plan and you're constantly interacting with people and you're putting out good content, algorithm is out the door. There is no such thing as an algorithm when you're doing the right things on Facebook. If you're interacting, if you're not spamming, if you're not posting 20 wrap posts in a row, if you guys are doing exactly what I'm saying, there's no issues. So now if you guys are going in and you're interacting with all these new friends that you just made, they're going to be seeing all your posts. Now, I like to think of it as like you're building a relationship with them, and now they're going to come to you because they're really interested in what you're doing. So I interact for 15 minutes. We switch over to posting on stories. Now, that's on Instagram and on Facebook. There's that little story tab, pretty similar to Snapchat. This is just cool. I don't even have a reason for it. There's like a thing on there where you guys can do a poll. So you could be like, who's looking to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? And then you could say me, or I want the details. I get a lot of people interested on there and add them to my hundreds list. So there's not a really huge reason I do it. I just think it's really cool to add in. And I seem to be getting a bunch from it. The last one is messaging. I message anybody who likes and comments on my statuses. If they like a status, I say, hey, so-and-so, thanks for the love on my post about working from home. Do you know about it? Or what would I say? Do you know about what I do, or have you just seen my posts? And then I let them respond. If they commented on it, then I would say, hey, Vanessa, thanks for requesting more info about working from home. And then I'd still end it the exact same. Very, very simple. That's how I run my business. You guys, it is seriously crucial to be doing that because you will find yourself scrolling through Facebook for like 4 hours and you won't get nothing done. Like, I'll be sitting upstairs on the couch and I'll be like, I literally sat here for 2 hours and looked at pictures of animals and stuff on Facebook. So, you know, following those power hours, or you'll be sitting there reading, creeping on your brother's page or your ex-boyfriend or whatever you guys got going on. And so, you know, making sure you set those power hours so you're hitting stuff the correct way and you guys are getting the work in. Not that you think you're working and you're not. Does anybody want to jump back on here? It's going to kick us off in a minute. Or do you guys have questions? Or when this is over, it should just be over? Anybody? Okay, guys. Well, hopefully that answered some of the questions that you guys had. I feel like we're missing a bunch of stuff. There wasn't very many questions this time for how many new distributors there are. I will post this in the group and I'll give it to everybody who I invited to post in their groups, and you guys can ask questions underneath the thread that we will answer off of this Zoom. Maybe that will kind of help. I'm going to be trying to do question and answer Zooms every other week instead of, because I get so many messages, so watch for those. You guys don't have to jump on all of them, but obviously it helps to get on as many as possible. And I will talk to you guys all later. Have a good night.